I haven't made a video on the progress in a little while, but I'm gonna go ahead and just show you real quick what I've got done. So I've started glassing in the outside of the transom, covering up those holes. I've got like 2 layers of 1708 and 2 layers of 3/4 ounce chopped strand on there, and I'm probably gonna do another layer of chopped strand at least over here because there's a little low spot right in here still, and so I'll fill that in and figure out if I want to add a layer over the entire transom. I'm thinking about doing that just so it seals everything up and makes it nice and level, but we'll see how it goes there. I have my splash wall piece that I cut out ground down, and that's ready to go back in. A piece of wood that I'm gonna laminate underneath the splash well and hook into the transom like I've been talking about. Got that cut out and shaped, and I got it coated in resin last night, so it's ready to go. So that's probably the first thing I'm gonna work on today, is try to get that peanut buttered in and get the splash wall piece peanut buttered in, all clamped up and everything. And then I gotta tab that in with 1708, and then gotta do a little more tabbing up on the underside of the or the inside of the transom, up in this area where I had those filler pieces that I put in. And then I can finally lay a piece of chopped strand over the entire inside of the transom and seal everything up good, so that I can finally wash this boat out, because I've been a little hesitant to use water to wash it out just because it wasn't completely sealed up yet. So I can do that, and before I do that, I'll probably drill my holes out, all of my holes, drill them out a little oversized, fill them up with peanut butter or the thickened resin, and then I can glass over that and it'll hold it all in there nice. And that way the wood's completely isolated from the bolt holes. And also, as you can see, I got the cabin torn out. It wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be kind of a job, but it wasn't all that bad. So I got the bunk structures tore out, and the little piece of floor that was up under there, inside, like underneath the bunks, got that tore out. And I also got this first stringer over here, mostly ground down. I got to finish a little bit up there. So that's going to be the next step, because I want to try to start with these outside stringers first, and then I'll just kind of work my way in, you know, do these other ones next, and then the center stringer last. So yeah, I just want to make a quick video of the progress, and hopefully I can get a little bit done today. I ran out of resin last week, so I had to put a new order in, and so I have 3 more gallons to work with, and definitely gonna be needing more. And I only got enough 1708 to do that one stringer over there right now, just because I'm having to pace myself on buying materials for this, so I don't spend all my little bit of money that I have at one time on this thing. But it's coming together, you know, slowly. But what's today? Today's March 25th, so you know, we've got a lot done since I started this thing in like early to mid-February, I think is when I started this. So we're gonna shoot for that goal of August or September, so we'll get there. Well guys, I haven't been making too many videos of me working on the boat here, just because not many people have been watching my videos. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really care that much, but you know, why go through the effort of putting everything together if people aren't watching? But anyways, so I'm kind of just making these clips now just for my own reference, just so I can go back and look at them, you know, in the future, and maybe see what I've done, and you know, just kind of had the memories of rebuilding this thing, you know, on video. So anyways, but did want to give a little update on the boat. As you can see behind me, I did get my stringer in, and so moving along on that, I got it glued in. I used the PL glue. That stuff is a lot better than the Loctite. I wish I had used it for the transom, gluing those 2 pieces of wood together, but you know, it is what it is. So the PL glue is pretty good. for gluing the transom in, but the resin does not like to stick to it, so you got to make sure you clean up any excess that gets around, you know, on the outside. So I did that, and then I just got my peanut butter fillets in, the nice radius all the way down the edge there, and that'll make the glass lay down nice and smooth. So I'm just waiting for that to tack up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna measure out my 1708, do 2 layers. I'm gonna try to go up and over the stringer, and do about a 3 or 4 inch on each, you know, side of the hole, and then an overlap of probably about a 6 or 7 inch or so, something like that. We'll see how it goes. I think I have enough 1708. I only have a gallon of resin left, so hopefully I'll be able to get it glassed in without having to order any more. And then I can come over here and start grinding this other stringer down right back here, because that's the one I'm going to do next. So just want to make the update, and don't know how much I'm going to be filming, because like I said, you know, what's the point, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I just wanted to make a quick update and kind of show you where I'm at, and also explain how I am measuring my stringer height and shape. So as you can see, and I think I made a clip a little bit before showing that I got this first stringer in, and it's all glued in with PO glue and glassed in with 2 layers of 1708, and just got to do a little bit of glass right up on the end there and seal it up, and it'll be done. So now I'm working on this other outside stringer here. As you can see, I got it all cut out and ground down. Did that yesterday. It took me like 3 or 4 hours to get it all ground down nice. And so what I'm getting ready to do now is try to cut my stringer out and get it shaped and glued in. I need to buy some more 1708 before I can glass it in, but at least I can get it glued in. I already have it drawn out because I used this one as a template, because this one should be the same. So I'm going to use that as a starting point, but I wanted to show you guys real quick, and just also myself for future reference in case I ever want to know how I did it, how I measured the stringers out. So basically, I have this nice piece of straight 1x3 here. It was one of my clamps that I used for the transom, but it's nice and straight, so I'm using it kind of as a level or a straight edge. And all I did was put it across the stringer shear like this, and it's a little bit tricky with this boat because the stringers aren't completely level all the way across, and they kind of differ. So, you know, I'm having to be careful with it and just take measurements at different places and get it close enough. And once I get these 2 outside stringers in, then I'm going to use those as my deck height, and I'm just going to go off of those and not go off the original stringers. But I'm trying to get the new ones in sort of the same location as the original ones. But anyways, I took my straight edge and I ran it across these 2 here, and then towards the deck, and I want the deck to be like right at that ledge there. I'm thinking about putting like a little 1x2 here or something all along the edge, and I'm gonna glue that down, and that's what I'm gonna sit the deck onto and screw in, just to give it a little bit of support. I don't think there was anything like that before, but I'm not sure. So, because the original deck wasn't here when I started this project, there was a new deck that somebody had put that was up like a couple inches off of the original deck surface. So, but anyways, that's where I want my deck to be, is right there, coming and sitting on this lip. So that's where I put my straight edge and set it there. Like this would be the bottom of the deck basically, and you know, so it'll sit on these 2 stringers here. And then all I did was take a tape measure and run it from the hull right in the middle of the area where the stringer is going to go, and I measured up to the bottom of this, and that's my stringer height for that position. So I took measurements of the stringer length. The stringer's like 11 feet on these two outside ones, and so I measured every foot, and I did the same thing. I measured down or up from the bottom of the boat to the bottom of the stringer, or the bottom of the straight edge, and I marked it out on my 2x4 like this one here that I used for the stringer, and then connected all the lines and cut it out. And I cut it a little bit big, you know, so I'd have enough room to work my way down to the right shape. And then I also had to bevel the edge, because as you can see, the hole here is a little bit of an angle. It gets steeper as you go up farther toward the bow, and back here it's almost flat, so I had to take that into account as well. But that was the easiest way that I found to make the stringer height and get my measurements and everything, and it seemed like it worked out pretty well. I got it close with the saw, and then I just used the grinder with the flap disc on it to shape it down, and I kept test fitting it, taking it in and out of the boat till I was happy with it, and then I glued it down with the PL glue and did my peanut butter fillets and glassed it in. So that's the idea. That's my project for today. Hopefully I can get it glued in, and then as soon as I can get some more 1708, I can get it glassed in, and then I can start working on these, the rest of the stringers. Moving right along with this thing. Alright guys, so I got this side of the hole ground down for this outboard stringer on the port side of the boat, and got it all ground down, as you can see, all the way up the front, and just wiped it down with acetone. And I've got my stringer wood here resined up. It's coated in resin, so I'm getting ready to go ahead and glue it down. I'm going to use the PL glue. I'm going to try to get a little time-lapse video of me doing that, so let's get started.